Hey everybody, what's up? Today I'm out here patterning my turkey shotgun. I'm shooting my Mossberg 935, and right now I'm just gonna sight it in, make sure it's shooting straight, and then I'm gonna compare a cheap versus a expensive loads later on. Okay, this is my Mossberg 935 with just a regular Winchester double X 3.5 load, just to make sure she's sighted in. Okay, let's see how she rips. Okay, let's try this again. 30 yards with my Mossberg 935 Winchester double X. Let's make sure we aim in the right spot this time. That's a lot better. Okay, so as you guys can see, that's a pretty decent pattern at 30 yards with the regular Winchester double X's. Definitely happy with that, and I'm definitely hitting where I need to be. Pattern is not low or high. Okay, this is where the comparison part of this video is going to come into effect. So I was just shooting these Winchester 3.5 double X's, and now I'm going to be shooting these Apex Ninja 3.5 TSS loads. I'm going to stretch it out to 40 and compare the two. Okay, here's the Winchester double X's at 40. Okay, this is the Apex Ninjas TSS at 40 yards, 3.5 inch. Safety. Oh. Yeah, I forgot how much those kick. Okay, so aside from the sheer knockdown power on its own, and the fact that I hit a little bit low, you can see that that's an extremely dense pattern. If all this was up here a little bit at 40 yards, that's one hell of a shot, but hitting that hard, I don't even think you need to worry about it anyways. Okay, now we're back at 50 yards at the Apex Ninjas 3.5 inch TSS. Okay, so from what I can see, that's a really dense pattern at 50 with the TSS. I do think that my gun with the TSS is hitting a little bit low for some reason, but well, no, it looks pretty good. I'll show you guys the pattern now. For a 50-yard pattern, that's incredible. That's even more dense than the Winchester double X's at 40 were. Look how many are in the brain. There's 5, and just in the kill zone all over this place. That's a dead turkey at 50 yards, easy. I'd say this chunk of plywood is just about finished. Okay, what's up everyone? So, just got home after shooting my turkey gun. Wanted to look at and compare all of my targets from shooting my gun. So, these two, let's start with this one. This is the Winchester double X at 30 yards, as you can see. It's actually a really good pattern. It's fairly dense. There's not many huge holes in it other than in a couple spots, but it's actually a fairly dense pattern. It's got a good bit of hits in the kill zone here. I was happy with how that turned out, and as you can look on the back, that really shows you that it's just a dense pattern. But at 30, you can't complain with that. But where the double X's tend to fail is from that 30 to 40, like you see here. So at 40, there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can argue 9 to 12 in the kill zone, depending on what you're qualifying as a kill zone. But like from here up, there's only 11, which is not amazing, but not great. I personally wouldn't be shooting at turkeys at 40 yards with this. I would be limiting myself to 35 with a target like this. But that's just me. There's a couple that did kill him. There's one that hit him in the brain, a handful in the head, and a handful in the neck, but just not really good enough for what I want to see out of a pattern. But here's where my this versus that comparison comes in, is the Apex Ninjas TSS and 3.5 inch versus the Winchester double X's. So these are the Winchesters, like you were just seeing, very open. This is the Apex Ninja TSS at 40 yards. As you can see, I pulled it, and most of the pattern is down in this bottom area. But that's user error. That's not the ammo's fault. But you can see it's a very, very dense pattern at 40 yards. And even with a low hit like that, it's got plenty in the kill zone. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 right in that little spot at the base of the neck there. So that's almost just as many as this has in the whole kill zone, just in one little cluster. So this is a really good pattern, and it had a ton of knockdown power. As you can see, when I was recording my shot with this, it knocked my board over. And that's my favorite part about the TSS, is how much energy it carries at those longer distances like 40 and 50. And this is my Apex Ninja TSS at 50. That's an amazing pattern for 50 yards. I mean, I could count. There's a lot. I could count. I'll count it and put the number up over here. But there's a lot of hits in this kill zone right here, and that's very impressive. If you look on the back, you can see that's just a straight, dense pattern for 50 yards. I didn't shoot it at 60 because it's expensive. $75 for 5 rounds is a lot of money to be just shooting them at a target. So I just did 40 and 50 to see if it's thick. If a turkey stepped out at 60, I would shoot it with this load. This is so dense, I would be shooting at 60 yards, but for sure comfortable at 50 and in with this. But that really impressed me. I used the Federal TSS last year, and that didn't do nearly as good as this. At 40 with the Federal, it looked like this. So very impressed with that. Would definitely recommend shooting Apex Ninjas to someone. But yeah, that's the end of my video for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was fun for me to get out with this nice weather on this Saturday and shoot. I really enjoyed it. It's like 60-something degrees out. But I'll catch you guys later. Let's make sure we aim in the right spot this time.